It's UPB on this Monday, August 17, 2015. S&P 500 futures pulling back a little bit after a strong session on Friday to end the week. This is a long-term chart, S&P 500 futures. I talked about this back in the fall of 2013. The breakout, if you take a trend line, draw it across to two peaks here from the financial crisis and the internet bubble, and also support here from when the bubble crashed for internet stocks and also the financial crisis. We broke out to the upside in November 2013, continued up, and here we are. Seemingly everybody's been calling for a pullback along the way, and we've gotten pullbacks, but here we are, this big consolidation in 2015. The market has moved significantly off the lows every year since March 2009, but now it's stalled a little bit, so we're really in an interesting scenario where the bears finally got something to hold on to, say, hey, the gains have slowed down, they've stopped, and also the bulls. A little bit concerning here to see it stop, but if you look from a long-term perspective, this just looks like consolidation of the trend. So we have this trend taking a little pit stop along the way. Looks like we're poised to new all-time record highs, but that remains to be seen. You have to be a little wary, a little worrisome that the market hasn't continued to the upside in the face of continued central bank manipulation. One thing keeping stocks a little bit lower here is the U.S. dollar index. This is broken out in the end of 2014 into 2015. It's consolidating here, and this consolidation, if you just draw some lines here, is going to result to another spike into the triple digits here for the U.S. dollar index, which is going to weigh on earnings. That's what we've seen a lot this last earnings season, more so than any other in recent memory. U.S. dollar headwinds, the strength is putting a little dent into earnings, and that has hurt. Look at some of the stocks that pull back this earnings report season, IBM and Apple. So let's keep an eye on that going forward. But let's get into some stocks. Actually, one more thing to watch with the U.S. dollar rising in value, crude oil. That continues to break down, and I brought this up recently. You draw a trend line here from the lows back in 99, go all the way across to the internet financial crisis, the internet bubble as well. Financial crisis, come all the way across to where we are now. We're below long-term trend line support. There's a key support level, and we are breaking down. That move under 40 seems like it's going to happen. I know a lot of people have been talking about XLE energy bouncing and seeing a long-term bottom. I'm not so sure if we see crude oil continue to fall to the downside. It's not going to be bullish for the energy sector. So let's look at XLE actually from a long-term chart perspective. I was talking about the S&P 500 futures rallying and seeing a trend to the upside of consolidation. This trend is broken. Hello, it's broken. You pull up a similar chart for the S&P 500, ETF, the spiders, and we're just in consolidation mode. It's a nice move to the upside. The trend has not been broken yet. XLE, trend is broken, clearly broken. It's a 5-year weekly. You can go back even further, and it's a little more exaggerated there. We have the move up. We've broken through long-term trend line support. Looks very, very bearish here. We've had a bounce recently over 70. Now we're back 69. This is likely to continue to the downside. We could see a move back to the financial crisis lows here at 32.50, as we saw with GDX. Look at some of the gold miners just getting destroyed in 2015. Actually, we're below the 2008, 2009 lows on GDX. FCX is a stock I've been talking about for many, many years. And FCX also breaking down to new lows, looking to break into single digits. And I think it's going to be this year's CLF. You can see CLF last year had a big breakdown into single digits under the $5 level, making it a penny stock. Let's look at some stocks that are moving this morning. Tesla. Tesla this morning upgraded to $460 as a price target. This is the closing price on Friday, $243. Let's see if we can get one up here for Tesla. Tesla is up over $256 here before the opening bell. Also a stock to watch. LinkedIn. LinkedIn is at long-term trend line support. Bring it up here, and you can see from a monthly perspective, we're at support. We tried to break over it. This trend line goes back, and you can see the move up to 200 was rejected. We're down to 190. This post the earnings move to almost 240. The support level has worked well in the past, so we're at really a tipping point. Is the stock going to move up into the over the $200 level, which I think would put any kind of downside risk into the rearview mirror? Or if we don't hold this current level here, about 188, 189, and we break down, we could see significant downside to the 140 level Also, Apple, very volatile trade the last couple weeks. You can see it's been breaking down. I love this wick here. This could possibly be a reversal in the works, in the cards, and this week's action is going to either negate that or confirm it, and that would send us up back into the mid-120s. 130 ultimately to new all-time record highs here. We saw the last breakdown in 2012. Remember, we pulled back into May of 2013. All the analysts were so negative about the stock, said the growth story was over, and that precisely marked the bottom for the stock. We had a significant rally, which I have labeled the third leg to the upside. Now we're pulling back here. We start the fourth leg, or is this something more constructive for downside where we're going to head back to 65? That'd be quite a move, and that would certainly take the S&P 500 with it. Also this weekend, fertilizer stocks upgraded at Barron's. You can see potash, not, it's the one they've talked about, maybe 30% move to the upside coming, but you can see it's broken through support. One to watch, I think, maybe get on that instead of potash would be Mosaic, which is above support. A couple other stocks here. Hewlett-Packard reports earnings before the bell, I think, on Thursday. This is a stock that I've talked about for downside. In the middle of this year, we've had that move down under 30. Fine support at 27.50, but, tough time getting long here. Hewlett-Packard looks like more downside is coming. Also talked about Wynn Resorts last week. Broke through support. This is certainly not in a bullish sign. We need to hold the $80 level. So until that happens or we get a reversal, might want to sit back and let Wynn do what it's got to do before it makes its next big move. All right, UPB here, OptionMillionaires.com. We'll see you in the chat room. Everyone have a great trading day.